problem for the longest time. It's not the first time this has happened.
Mm-hmm.
But, you
All
know,
right.
so
All right.
John?
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's John Contaduca who's on the line. Are you there, John?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
All right.
Good afternoon. How are you?
All right, guys, great. And always a pleasure to join your show, Jamie. And Hector, how you been?
I'm hanging in there with bells and whistles, but I'm hanging in there.
All right,
I'm really hanging in there. You know what's happened to me in the past, and you know how I get mobbed with women and all that. But, you know, we were talking about old times, and you've had your show for a while, too.
Yes.
But you also come in and talk about soccer.
Yeah, listen, let's go right from the beginning. I met you guys, and both you guys came down to one of my practices. And that from there, it inspired me to do my soccer show. When watching your guys, both you guys doing your show in the bleachers. So it kind of inspired me. I said, you know what? I'm going to do a soccer show. And 125 shows later, here we are.
Yeah. And thank you for letting us appear on your show, too.
Not a problem. Anytime. It's always a pleasure, joining you guys in the bleachers. So, anytime.
I wanted to ask you a question about soccer. What was the latest soccer scandal that was between England and I think Italy? Was it?
Yeah, right. That was the European Cup final between England and Italy. As you know, I'm sure you heard Italy won that game in penalty kicks. It was kind of a crazy game, meaning, England scored within 2 minutes, I believe. It was a record.
Right.
Scoring that fast into a game. Italy gave up the quickest goal in the Euros. And then I think Italy kind of settled down after that, kind of found their game a little bit. They ended up scoring a goal, tying the game. And then even in penalty kicks, right, they played in overtime. They played 30 minutes of overtime. Nobody scored in that. But they went to penalty kicks. And Italy was also trailing in the penalty kicks. And they came back and beat England. So for the first time in, I believe, 53 years, Italy won the European Championship.
So what was the big controversy, though? That's the thing.
I don't know if there was a big controversy at all. I mean, nothing that I've heard of, really. I mean, they played in England, all right? They had the home turf advantage. I mean, 65,000 fans. So I don't know if there's any – Italy was playing against the nation, not only a team. They were up against the whole nation. So, I mean, controversy? Not that I know of.
Because I've been hearing it on sports TV, on sports radio, and they say there was a controversy with the penalty kicks, and there was a lot of fights.
I know what happened.
What happened?
The problem was with the poor young man whose last penalty kick wound up getting blocked by Italy's goalie. That sparked a total outcry because they thought they should not have used that kid, who, by the way, is a black kid, a black teenager, 19 years old, to have kicked that final penalty kick.
But if that was the best player.
But listen, guys, I mean, controversy, I don't know if you want to call it that, but that's a coach's decision.
You're right.
And also the player had to agree. I mean, if a coach goes up to you and says, hey, look, you want to take the last kick? I mean, the kid would say, yeah. He probably said yes. And that's great that he did. I mean, he wanted to step up in a huge spot. Okay, granted, he didn't score the goal, but still, give him a lot of credit, all the credit in the world for stepping up and saying, Coach, I'll take the last kick.
Yeah. I agree on that. I agree with you on that.
As it turns out, there was racist taunts made to that kid and the other two black players that were on England squad. That's the controversy.
Right, okay. It's totally against it. There's nowhere in any sport, it would be anywhere, not even sports, just in life in general, but when it's not going to happen. I don't want to say that, I can't curse as a family show, but you always have that type of people.
Yeah.
And all we could do is just keep pushing forward, and there's no place in society for racism. There really isn't, especially in sports, anywhere. So I'm totally against it. I give them credit. Listen, it was a great game. As far as the game went, I try to block out and ignore the negativity, because if you feed into it, you're just fueling them. and they're winning. They win, right? So block it out. There's no take these people out of the stands. You know.
No, you're right. You're right.
There was a player by the name of Super Mario Balotelli, and in Italy, when he played in Italy, the fans would get on him with all kinds of racist remarks. What the league did was they banned the fans the next match. They weren't allowed to come, so now the team had to play with no fans. You're out of here.
Yeah, but the problem is it's the people that when the people in the fan are paying, it's the ones that those are the ones that paying for the idiots that did that. But that's the whole point.
In the United States, I don't think they'll ever do it where they'll just ban the fans because it's all about the revenue, money.
It's all about the money.
Right.
But
I know in Europe they'll do it. Ban the fans. They'll play in an empty stadium.
Well, John, it's been great, because we've been on his show too, and
yes, we
it's
have.
been fun. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about every sport here.
Yeah.
We talked about women's wrestling. Oh boy, she was cute. But anyway, she was. I asked her out. She went with me. I'll tell you when we went too. But
to hell.
Hey, whatever's your pleasure. I don't care. But John, it's been great. You say you've done 100 and how many shows?
Well, we're coming up to 125. My next show is this coming Monday in the studio. So 125, and we're going to keep going. Keep doing this thing as long as I possibly can. So.
And you said we inspired you?
You guys really did.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
When I started this thing around 2012, you guys, I saw you guys on the show, and I'm like I said, I says, wow, you know what? I could do a soccer-specific show. It all started by watching you guys, and being on your show after we won our championship. We came on with the trophy and all that.
And trying to play soccer. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. I had the best feet, too.
Yeah, that was great.
That was
great. If we could ever, listen, I'm coaching now. My team is at the U18 level, all right? So this is potentially my last season coming up, which is next season in the spring. Next spring. So if we could ever get a chance to do that one last time, it'd be great.
Oh, yeah. We'll do it. No. Just let us know. Right. We'll arrange it somehow. Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
Take care, John.
All right, guys. Thank you.
John, thank you so much for joining us.
Anytime, Jamie.
All right. Okay, be well. All right.
So I like to say it's been fun. It's been great. Let's do it again.